Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Amperson. Good morning.
The cold is finally settling in.
Yes, it's up in the nose now. Brent's annual cold, which takes about 2 months to get over.
You and about 80% of the folks around here seems like we're all in that.
But I feel good. I think that's
good. I'm glad.
I think that's the frustrating thing. When you work in this business, you don't want to sound bad.
Well, if you're feeling good, then that's a good thing, because you could.
Yes, I'm thankful for that.
Not just because of work, just because feeling bad is no fun.
Yeah.
And there's some folks out there this morning that are probably relating very well. Hopefully you folks out there are doing good. And it's wintertime. And
I still think the dry air is not helping.
Well, it probably is not. And now we're coming from yesterday's high of 60.
And today's going to be what?
Well, maybe 20-something.
Maybe.
And wind chills right now are at a -5, by the way. We've been on a roller coaster, unusual weather for animals and people in this part of the world. We're not used to seeing 50 in January very often. We've had many days where we're up at or over 60 here in the middle to the latter part of January. So, and then you go right back down into the freezer. We'll probably talk with Mike Evans about that a little bit this morning, because it's hard on everything out there. You almost wonder if the trees aren't going to try to bloom, if you get a few days like we've had. Fortunately, they haven't been too many in a row, or I'm not sure that couldn't happen. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's good to have you folks with us. We do have a very busy show lined up for you today. Lots of guests scheduled to come in. If everybody shows up, we'll probably be pushing 10 o'clock, but we'll see how it goes. And lots of things to highlight here. Backing up to yesterday evening, enjoyed your broadcast last night on KBBN and on the video streams, SEM and Selma splitting a doubleheader.
Yep.
In boys and girls. Good. It was fun to watch, fun to listen to.
Well, good, yeah. Great place to call a game.
Oh, it's a nice gym. That gym is dandy, isn't it?
Yeah, they redid the floor. We were talking to the AD before the game, and they kind of repainted and redid the floor, and just looked really nice. Yeah,
I think so,
Enjoyed being there.
Yeah, good people. Probably see them again before the year's over, I imagine. Let's see here. On tonight's schedule, we don't have anything. We're going to take tonight off, right?
That'll be okay.
That'll be fine.
Yes.
Because on Thursday, we'll have girls and boys basketball, Ansley Litchfield at Ansley. And on Friday, girls and boys basketball, Broken Bow host Valentine. And then on Saturday, we have Husker men's basketball. On Sunday, we have Husker women's basketball. And then next week, it's conference time.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we'll start coverage of the MNAC and Southwest Conference basketball tournaments. We'll have full coverage of the MNAC tournament like we always do. And then we'll cover Broken Bow through the Southwest Conference tournament. So we've got stories posted on sandhillsexpress.com that show you what we're going to do for both tournaments. So we'll just encourage you to check out those stories, because it gets rather lengthy when we try to explain it all to you on the radio. So, but you can count on us to be there for the Mid-Nebraska Activities Conference Tournament. We'll be there in the opening round on Monday all the way through the championship, which will be next Saturday, and they'll play the semifinals in the championship in Broken Bow this year. So we're excited about that. And then, like I said, we'll cover Broken Bow through the Southwest Conference Tournament. They play the opening round games for boys and girls on the same night for Southwest Conference. So we'll do the Broken Bow girls' first-round game at home against Valentine on Monday. The Broken Bow boys go to Ogallala. So because of all of our MNAC coverage and everything, we just don't have a place. So we're going to pick up the Broken Bow boys, and we'll follow them through the tournament after that opening round. So we'll try to get as much on the air as we can for you.
All right. Sounds good. So school lunch menus, I didn't even get mine out yet.
Uh-oh.
I'm behind.
Well, I'll start.
Okay, would you?
Sargent today looks like turkey sandwich, chips, baked beans, fruit cup, milk, and salad bar at Sargent.
At Loop City today, it's spaghetti or chicken Alfredo, green beans, and breadsticks.
Sandhills today, hot beef sandwich, mashed potatoes, and gravy at Sandhills.
Thedford, it is grilled cheese, and tomato soup. That sounds really good.
All right, wait a minute. What did I do? Oh, I read the wrong Sergeant menu.
Okay.
Sorry. We already have the one for next week. I didn't know that. So here is the correct Sergeant menu for today. Quesadilla with lettuce and salsa, refried beans or fruit salad, milk and salad bar at Sergeant today.
All right, thank you, Brent. At SEM today, it's chicken strips, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Arnold today going to go with goulash and a tea roll. Have we asked this question?
I don't know.
What makes it a tea roll? What's a tea roll?
Good question. That's complicated, too.
Because when I was growing up, it was never just a roll for lunch. We always had a tea roll. I was just curious.
We'll look into that.
All right.
And Selma Public Schools, chicken ranch pasta with dinner roll, corn dog, fresh baked turkey and cheese subs, vegetables, fruit, and milk at and Selma.
Callaway today, hamburgers.
And at Ansley today, it's mac and cheese.
All right. Broken Bow today, chicken ranch pasta with dinner roll, corn dog, fresh baked combo salad, or fresh baked combo sub, and then a chef salad with roasted flatbread on the menu today at Broken Bow Middle and High School.
Thank you, Brent. Let's take a look at our birthdays today. Locally, we have, well, not really locally, but I know where Brian Oxford lives now. I think Brian lives up in Portland, Oregon. Maybe he'll run into Bob Bowles. I don't know. And he is, of course, an alumni of Broken Bow and has family here. Brian Oxford celebrating a birthday today. And Eugene Andre is celebrating his 60th birthday today.
All right.
Happy birthday, Huge. Happy birthday to you. And Theetta Coleman celebrating a birthday today. Those are our local birthdays. Happy birthday to you and anybody else celebrating one. If you're celebrating a birthday today, you're celebrating yours with Dolly Parton.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
83.
Oh, my gosh, she's going to be unhappy with you.
Oh, my. Well, she's not that old.
No.
Not even close.
She's 76.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Dolly.
Well, Dolly, she'd be the first to admit she's had a lot of work done, so who knows?
Well,
she doesn't even look 76.
Yeah.
So how are you going to know? I think you're okay.
All right.
And she may not be listening. I believe she sleeps in.
You think so?
I would imagine, although she's pretty energetic, maybe not. Happy birthday to Sean Johnson East, 30-year-old gymnast. She won 4 medals at the 2008 Summer Olympics. And Natalie Bryant is a model, 19 years old today, the eldest daughter of the late Lakers Kobe Bryant and his wife Vanessa. And Martha Davis is 71, singer-songwriter of the new wave band called the Motels, and she had some big hits in the 1980s. And also, help me with this last name, I think it's Katie Segal, 68, broke out big time playing.
Married with children.
Yes.
Yes.
Played,
Al Bundy's wife.
Yeah, Peggy Bundy. And she also played a part in Sons of Anarchy and now plays Dan's new wife on The Connors. I don't know anything about that. But those are the birthdays that you're celebrating with today if you're having one here locally.
All right.
Happy birthday to you. Real quick, did The Rock buy a T-Rex skeleton worth $31.8 million?
I don't know.
Well,
did he?
Well, he was on the Manning cast the other night.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw clips of it. I didn't see the whole thing.
Okay. In the background during the interview, the Mannings couldn't help. They asked him about it because there was a big dinosaur in the background. And Eli Manning couldn't ignore it, and they think that the T-Rex Stan, as in the 67-million-year-old beast that sold at auction in 2020, ended up in The Rock's living room.
Wow.
Yeah. Rock went big and got the real deal and bought the T-Rex for just a little decoration in his living room for about $32 million.
Man.
I imagine he can afford it, but...
This is what's crazy. I'm guessing that $32 million to The Rock is like $30 to me. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure. That's just like a little side bonus on one of his movies, probably.
I mean, I'd be looking at like a toy dinosaur for $30. Is it worth it? $30? I don't know. That's quite a bit. But for The Rock, it's like $32 million. Is it worth it?
Well, they've always wondered who bought it. The buyer had remained anonymous, but then the other night during the Manning cast, it was kind of revealed. There it was.
Wow.
I did watch just a teeny bit of that. I got to admit, some of you out there probably really enjoy the Manning cast. I like them as people. Watching a football game and having the chatter go on is not something that fits me, but it's a big hit, right?
Yeah.
It's really.
I've watched it a couple of times.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot they were doing it for the playoff game. So I watched the regular broadcast.
Yeah.
So
they're back. I think they're both ESPN, aren't they?
That's what it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, ESPN2 I think is what shows it, but I enjoy some of their interviews with. I tell you what, they get big people
They do.
on the show to interview and talk to. Whoa.
Yeah. I think Brett Favre was on there a while back, and some of the delay, I think, is what bothers me, to be honest with you, because they're using the internet to connect them together, and sometimes their conversations are tough because of that delay, that timing thing, that digital. We have that same situation here, and if you watch newscasts, they'll say, "And Jim, what do you think about that?" And they'll stand there nodding their head.
Yeah.
Because they know they shouldn't start talking until they hear it end, and it's a little different when you're talking back and forth. So, anyway, good to have you aboard. We expect Mike Evans in here in just a little bit. You want to play the game?
Well, sure. It's Soup Month.
Ooh, good month.
What is the name given to beet soup?
Ooh.
What is the name given to beet soup? Is it beet chowder, borscht, beet bisque, or beet stew? Those are your choices. What's the name given to beet soup? Beet chowder, borscht, beet bisque, or beet stew?
It's Runza Day, so you'll get a Runza prize. Call us at 872-2801.
Tom plows Runza's parking lot on Temperature Tuesdays.
Take that, Snowdrift. With great horsepower comes great responsibility.
Every Tuesday in January and February, the temp at 6 a.m. is the price you pay for an original Runza sandwich when you buy medium fries and a drink.
And every Tuesday, the drive-thru will be drivable.
Thanks, Tom. Not all heroes wear capes.
I'm wearing one.
I know. Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
7:44, and we have Peggy on the line. Good morning, Peg.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you doing today?
Just fine. How's Beavis?
Which one is that?
Well, you know who it is. It's you.
It's me. Oh, okay. Well, I'm doing okay.
When I don't remember.
Yeah, and then there's the other guy. I think he's doing okay, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be borscht.
Hey, you got it.
And it's a Russian soup.
Oh, yeah. Do you make it?
It's very good. But, Dave, I got to tell you something.
Okay.
You know you're a fisherman.
Yes.
Down at Gary Superfoods, Mike, the meat manager, has smelt down there.
Joan told me that you called, and yes, I went down, and I was headed somewhere else, so I didn't want to buy a bag because I didn't want it to thaw out in the car. So
why not?
Well, you don't want to do that. But, yeah, there's some down there. I don't know how long it'll last because smelt is hard to find. But
well, I know, and I thought you'd be interested in that. One time our brother Vaughn came up from Kearney, and he was a avid fisherman, and he thought he brought us a nice package of fish, and he'd grabbed the smelt.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I suppose if you're an Eskimo, you could eat it.
Yeah, it's pretty fishy stuff. Some people do eat smelt, though. I mean, that's
what is it? What, catfish or what?
No, it's a small fish that they get out of the ocean.
But what can you catch with it?
Oh, you can catch. Well, most people use them to ice fish for northern pike.
Oh, well, that would be all right.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted you to know that if you couldn't find any, he had it.
Well, I bet you now, though, I better get down there this morning.
Well, call him and tell him to hold it back for you. That's what I did.
Well, he's on schedule to come in today. Maybe we can talk about it.
There you go.
Just call the meat department. Tell them you want some held back, because I told him that you would probably be interested.
I am. Thank you, Peg.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
What is this for, Runza?
Yep.
Yes, Pig in a Blanket on Wednesday.
Oh, I thought you said a Runza. That's fine, but
Okay.
I thought it was the temperature.
No,
no,
that's
that
on.
was
Yeah, that's
yesterday.
on Tuesday. We give away a pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesdays. So that's what the prize is.
Thank you kindly.
You bet, Peg. Thank
Bye,
you.
Peg. All right. It is 7:46, almost 7:47. Yes, Gary Superfoods is on our schedule today, and Tony hopefully will come in. I talked to him on Saturday, I think it was, when I went down to check the smelt, and I saw Tony, and he's getting excited. The store's really coming along, and
Good.
hopefully he'll be able to come in and talk to us about that. And the meat department's really rolling, and the shelves are looking pretty stocked up now. So hopefully we can get a conversation with him as well. We're also scheduled to visit with the Pizza Hut today, talk about the movies. And by the way, Scream is now outdoing Spider-Man,
Oh, yeah.
and I think Scream is here, isn't it? We'll talk
I don't
about
know.
it later.
I have to find the sheet.
Yeah, we'll check it out later.
Okay.
And also on our schedule, Custer Federal State Bank this morning, to name a few.
Good.
So we're good to go, man.
All right.
We're just going to keep it general today. We might look into that T-roll situation. We were talking about we've already on this very fun week. This is only Wednesday, and we've tackled some tough situations, tough subjects this week.
We don't back away from hard subjects.
Yesterday we were talking about people who have run a plunger.
Yep.
That was very important. Also, man buns, discussed earlier this week. So we don't expect you to always agree with some of the commentary and conversation we have here and debate, but we still want you to be our friends, even if you have a man bun or you've never plunged any sinks or toilets. Now, Mike Evans is here from Evans Feed.
I bet he's plunged a toilet.
I have, but I've never worn a man bun. Oh. I promise.
Well, it's like anything else. Maybe this is the way to approach it. It looks good on some people. Some guys look good with a man bun.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guys can pull it off. I can't. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You have to grow your hair a lot longer.
A lot longer.
Yeah. Well, it's a good idea to grow your hair longer in the weather today. It's cold out there.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't shave.
Now, that's really going to help. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty thick beard you got going there.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah.
That wind chill is
bad-
something.
Ooh,
Bad
it
thing is that's 3 months growth. No.
I think the wind chill is like a -5 right now, Mike. We
Is
went
it?
from a high yesterday. I think the airport said 61. We had a high of 60 here. And so now we're going back into the freezer again. This has been a roller coaster temperature ride, hasn't it?
It has, and you can imagine what it's like for the cows and calves out there on the range and bulls.
Yeah. Sunning themselves yesterday and trying to find a shelter belt today.
Yeah, you got to protect those bulls. They got some valuables, and they got to stay out of the wind, so you got to be careful with them.
Yeah. Well, it's not bad having the warm temperatures, but it'd probably be all a little bit better off if we were hanging around 30 and 40 steadily, but haven't been. So
yeah, there's a lot of feed medications going out right now for calves that are still on feed, and the fluctuations and the dustiness. It's pretty dusty out there, so those two together in combination are pretty tough on calves that are on feed.
Yeah. So. And calving season, in some cases, has already started for some folks, and then we're going into February, March. That'll be go time.
Yeah, I've seen a few baby calves around. I know a lot of the purebred guys are going, and I noticed before I got here we got a couple pallets of milk replacer in, so we're ready for it, I guess you could say. And there's a lot of products for to help kind of get the cows into condition to have the calves here shortly.
I still see some stocks being utilized out there, too.
I saw a lot yesterday, and the lot of lick tubs out there with them on the corn stalks. There's probably this time of year there's probably not a lot of corn left unless it's a new field, which there's probably not too many of those left.
Yeah, right.
But so little range cubes, and give them a little cake, and then maybe some lick tubs on the side, and salt and mineral, and you got about everything you need.
And some guys just hay this time of year, and put some of those same things with that, I imagine.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to hay them a little. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of hay usage, you could say. It's been so they should have plenty that they don't have to skimp on it, I don't believe.
Yeah.
So, but you never know. It's a long ways to grass.
Yeah, it really is. We could have a February and March that would probably pay us back for all this warm weather we're having. We know that here in Nebraska.
Yeah, I think everybody knows something's coming sometime. But
all right. Supplies good on most things?
Yeah, everything except bulk cubes are a little tough right now, but that's kind of normal. But we're a little bit behind on delivery dates on those. But there's been a guy or two that have ran out for a day or two, but not a big bunch of them. And when that happens, we run them up some bags or some totes and get them through. We do have a really good supply of bagged cubes and toted cubes, which last year that was the issue, and so this year it's just flip-flopped. And it's just pretty much a production issue. I mean, there's plenty of corn, and there's just a lot of demand for these cubes, and they're a really good cube, and they're only produced in a few places, so they're a 28% all-natural protein with 8% fat, and they're a really nice cube, and a lot of people really like them. So once they're exposed to them, that's the one they want.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't give us a lot of versatility. We just stay with that one because that seems to be the go-to range cube. Yeah. And so there's only so many places that make it, so just supply issues sometimes are a little tough.
Yeah. Elevators still mixing up everything?
Oh yeah, the boys are rolling up there. A lot of cracked corn, a lot of oats, and distillers pellets. Some creep feed still going out for the fall calving herds, and stirring up different batches for people, and chicken feeds and horse feeds and goat, pig feeds, whatever it calls for.
When you think about it, Mike, you've really, got it covered. Some of those same products you can buy already bagged up from somewhere else, and if you don't mind ordering up a batch, you'll mix it up here with ingredients right here from the area. So you got it covered across the board.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that. The one thing I wanted to mention a little bit here was the products that we do bag. People might not realize that we bag distillers pellets, chicken feeds, horse feeds, calf starters, alfalfa pellets, oats, milo, wheat, corn, cracked corn, scratch grains, and custom mixes. We bag all those. So I think we were able to save people quite a bit of money by bagging our own. We bring it in the bulk on our bulk trucks, and then we get it into the overheads in the elevator and bring it up to the warehouse where we bag at. And it definitely saves people money from buying it. A lot of places you buy it, they're not bagging it themselves.
Right.
And so we're about as efficient as you can get on that part of it.
And I think folks like the idea that all of those ingredients you mentioned, you're hauling in Nebraska products.
Yeah, most of them are. I would say all of them are, except for the oats.
Oats don't. Okay.
Oats are around here. They just don't grow heavy enough. I think it gets too hot. But South Dakota and North Dakota raise most of the oats, and they're really tough to get right now, and they're not the cheapest. They're the highest I've ever seen in 30 years. So,
really?
Yeah, they're just hardly any around. So we've got a little bit of seed oats coming in. They're good, clean, heavy oats. For a lot of guys plant them in the spring. They're not certified seed oats, but guys have been doing it for a long time and planting this bin run. Really nice oats, and I usually get 5 or 6 loads of them. I think I'm only going to get 2 or 3, if that. So if you're needing some oats out there, you might let us know.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Other than that, milk replacers, biomass. We got a lot of biomass mineral going out for calves. Helps with scours, and feed medications, and also cane seed if anybody needs some cane seed this summer. We've got still have some available if they want to call and get it reserved.
Okay. And, salt, mineral, all those things probably aren't a problem for supply right now, so you're set and ready to go on all of that.
Yeah, it's been a pretty easy year logistically. We haven't worried about the roads,
Yeah.
And it's
so far so good, yeah.
Sometimes that's been every year different, but sometimes that's a challenge.
All right. And, of course, the smaller animals you kind of mentioned, but let's go all the way down to the birds. How you sitting on bird seed?
Bird seed, we're sitting good. Millet is also from South Dakota and North Dakota, so it's a little higher, and black sunflowers as well. So it's a little higher than what I'd say normal, but I haven't ran out yet. So
you got it.
That's a bonus.
Yeah.
The dog food and cat food, I know you guys have talked about it, and people saw it in the paper last week, and that is an issue. I don't know what's going on. If a lot of it could be just bags, because a lot of bags are made in China, so you can't get. They might be sitting on a cargo ship somewhere or something. I don't know. So they can't get the bags to put them in.
I'll be darned.
Put the product in. Yeah. So we've scraped the barrel a few times on that on the cat and dog foods, but we're staying barely ahead. But sometimes we have to sub in another brand or something.
Yeah.
It's just that's the way it is.
And that's something you can't mix. I mean,
no,
I shouldn't say can't, but it wouldn't be.
We used to make coyote hound mix for the coyote hounds
back
in the day. Yeah, throw a little soybean meal and crack corn, and somehow those coyote hounds lived on it.
They liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got it all covered, and of course, big deal, and I know it keeps your guys hopping, is delivering all over the area, and I'm sure having a warehouse down in O'Connell helps too. But boy, you guys got vehicles on the road all day long.
Yeah, they come by here quite often, don't they?
Yeah, they do. We see them going by and back.
Yeah, we kind of got different size trucks for different whatever it calls for, and which is, I suppose, typical for this business. But if somebody needs 3 ton of something, we have the small truck, and if they need 6 ton, we got medium, of course, and the large trucks. And when we have bulk range cubes, they come right from the mill with 24 ton loads right to the ranches. So we can't auger bulk cubes. It tears them up.
This doesn't work.
No.
Yep. All right, so folks, you can stop by for your small animals all the way up to talking about needs for the cattle and pigs out there and horses, and you can do that 6 days a week.
Yep, we're open till 2 o'clock on Saturday and every other day, 5:30.
Okay.
And O'Connell's Monday through Friday, and Troy's down there and takes care of that area and does a real fine job. He lives in Callaway and comes over and covers O'Connell every day.
Good to see you at the Economic Development meeting earlier this week. Yes, that was on Monday.
Yep.
I think that was a good meeting.
I do. I noticed on that promotional video for the state of Nebraska, there was a guy with a man bun on there, so I was going to mention that to you.
Wasn't there?
There was just a flash.
Yeah, just a flash of a man bun on there.
Really?
I don't think he had sticks through it or anything, but it...
Yeah.
I hope. But, I think there was and I think there was a couple local people on that as well.
Yeah, and I think if I understood it correctly, that particular promotion, different businesses or can actually get on there if they want to add themselves onto it. So
yeah, it looked like a pretty neat deal. I've never got on there before, but I enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah. So you're not an officer or anything. I mean, you're not having to run the meetings and so forth. Oh,
absolutely. So, yeah, that's kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I wish that I do wish that there was kind of a jab at a radio announcer that day, and I still feel kind of hurt about that.
Yeah, I would too if I were you.
Yeah, that was kind of
a jab at radio announcers in general, or one in particular.
I think it was pointed at one guy here, but it was in general. It was in good fun.
It was fun, and
okay.
I really didn't catch the whole thing because I was eating some chili soup at the time.
Yeah, the same way I was. Like, what'd they say?
Yeah, I didn't quite catch it all, so I'm glad they enjoyed it.
Maybe it'll be in the minutes.
Oh,
hey, there you go.
When bold type.
Yeah. Well, I think we're headed in the right direction on a lot of those things, so it's kind of good to see. And always thank you for. I think about you as when on your city council and then as president of that organization and others. a guy who runs a feed store wouldn't really have to do all that, and it's nice that you do.
Well, the same with you on the radio. I mean, that's the good thing about economic development. It's Custer economic development. It's people from the whole county.
Yeah, right.
And so, I mean, you got the whole array in every town, and the country's represented, and it's just a good group of people that care about the future of Custer County.
Yeah, it's fun to get together, and like you say, each community has its own thing going on, and then you put it together with the economic development group, and some good things are going to happen.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. Mike, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yep, thanks, Dave. Thanks, Brent.
I like your hat.
Well,
and your shirt. Evans Feed
Company. I just
wore
wore a T-shirt in here today because it's always warm in here.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's cold outside.
Yeah.
It definitely is. You might want to. Do you have a coat and a...
I do.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're good shape.
Mike Evans, Evans Feed, here on The Breakfast Show. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. We'll take a time out, then we'll catch up on some news.
Did you know that Off-Broadway in Broken Bow has apartment openings? And did you know that they have 5 different styles of apartments? That means it's easy to find one that fits what you need. Plus, you can move into Off-Broadway almost immediately. If you or a loved one are not sure if senior living is for you, talk to your friends at Off-Broadway and they'll show you the many options you have to choose from. At Off-Broadway, they serve 3 home-cooked meals a day, have numerous daily activities, transportation, and much more. Ask about their specials going on right now at Off-Broadway in Broken Bow.
This week at Bow Bootery, it's all about boots, boots, boots. We've gotten our red pins out and marked 25% off fashion boots, bear paws, and snow boots. There's lots of winter left, so let's keep your feet warm in the cold and snow. We have other winter garb at Bow Bootery too, like wild rags and comfy socks. Thorlos and Dan Post socks are only $5 a pack. We'll see you soon at Bow Bootery on the square in Broken Bow.
Listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The Biden administration shipping 400,000 N95 face masks to pharmacies where you can pick them up for free. And reviews are in on ordering free at-home COVID tests.
I went to the website. It redirected me to the USPS's website. And from there, it's pretty simple. All you do is you put in your name, your address, and you click submit. And then it says it'll arrive, I think, within 7 to 10 days.
As for new 5G internet service debuting today, the Wall Street Journal's Drew Fitzgerald says airlines are warning of flight disruptions.
This really has to do with the lack of communication between the FCC, which is the telecom regulator in the U.S., and the FAA, which is in charge of airplane safety.
New York's Attorney General is demanding answers from the Trump Organization. WCBS TV's Mary Calvi.
In court documents filed last night, the AG's office says it's uncovered evidence the company routinely used fraudulent or misleading asset valuations to qualify for loans and tax benefits.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. Troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol working with deputies from Franklin and Webster counties have arrested one person and recovered a stolen vehicle following a Monday morning pursuit. At approximately 8:40 a.m. Monday, NSP received information regarding a vehicle theft that had just occurred near Donovan. The stolen vehicle was a Ford F-150 equipped with an onboard tracking system. Ford was able to track the vehicle to a location in Webster County. Webster County Sheriff's deputies were then able to locate the vehicle and initiate a pursuit. A trooper positioned himself in front of the pursuit, which was traveling westbound on Highway 136 near Franklin. As a suspect's vehicle approached the trooper's location, it voluntarily stopped. Troopers and deputies then took the suspect into custody without further incident. The driver, Othan Robles, 25 years old of Grand Island, was arrested for possession of a stolen vehicle. Additional charges are pending. He was lodged in Hall County Jail. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office has found more than 200 pounds of marijuana during a traffic stop. According to Sheriff Terry Wagner, on Friday around 9:30 a.m., a deputy made a traffic stop on I-80 eastbound near mile marker 397. LSO said that when the white Toyota Tundra with Oregon plates was stopped for traffic violations and a canine officer searched the truck where 214 pounds of marijuana was found. Sheriff Wagner said the marijuana was in sealed bags, each weighing around 1 pound. The driver, identified as 32-year-old Jack Cox of Oregon, was arrested and is facing drug charges.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
Just 2 games in the NBA. The Warriors beat the Pistons 102-86. Klay Thompson led Golden State with 21 points. It's the first time he's led the Warriors in scoring in a game since Game 6 of the 2019 NBA Finals. Timberwolves beat the Knicks in New York 112-110. Anthony Edwards, 21 points. Karl Anthony Towns, 20 points for Minnesota. The Knicks are now below 500 on the season at 22-23. Busy night in college basketball with 12 ranked teams in action. There were some upsets. Number 6 Duke loses at Florida State 79-78 in overtime. Number 23 Texas falls at home to Kansas State 66-65. Battle of ranked teams. Number 18 Texas Tech beat number 15 Iowa State 72-60. Wins in the top 25 for number 5 Baylor, number 7 Kansas, 8th ranked Wisconsin, number 10 Houston, 19th ranked Ohio State, number 22 Loyola Chicago, 24th ranked Tennessee, and number 25 UConn. NHL games of note: Lightning beat the Kings 6-4. The Hurricanes batter the Bruins 7-1.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, a chance for some light snow showers ending early on, otherwise mostly cloudy skies, with our temperatures fairly steady in the teens. We'll have gusty north winds 15 to 25. Then for tonight, mostly clear, a low of 6 below, wind chills into the teens below 0. For Thursday, good deal of sun, back up to 22, and mid-30s for highs on Friday. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
808, 11 degrees above 0, but it feels like below 0 right now with a cloudy sky and winds out of the north at 15 to 25 with higher gust. Barometric pressures at 30-32 and continuing to rise. Humidity at 66%. Our high yesterday, 60, with an overnight low of 12 degrees as of 7 o'clock, but we're now at 11 degrees currently. Sunrise at 8:01, sunset at 5:38. If you look carefully this morning, you noticed a very light dusting of snow, and that's all that there was, just a very, very light dusting, just not even really a trace precipitation out of that. So we're holding at 300s for the month. Brent and Dave with you here on this breakfast show on this Wednesday morning. I do want to let you know that there is a open house today, kind of a celebration, if you would, to celebrate Norm McCaslin's retirement at H&R Block. Norm is going to call it quits. But I know Norm well enough to know he's going to probably still be punching some numbers somehow, some way. But Norm's going to retire there at H&R Block at 407 South 9th and Broken Bow on the west side of the square. So stop by. This will be from 2 o'clock this afternoon until 6 p.m. this evening. And you can drop by and congratulate Norm McCaslin for his retirement today.
Good. Happy retirement.
Yeah. All right, Brent. I just had a sip of coffee a moment ago, and it made me think about, maybe having a cup of coffee and a treat and doing a little shopping afterwards. Maybe just rather than drinking coffee at work, maybe drinking coffee at a nice, relaxing place. Do you know of a place like that?
Well, I do. If you haven't checked it out yet, we encourage you to go to Arnold, Nebraska, and check out Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts, a historic destination barista bar and gift shop right in our back door and backyard at Brubaker's Coffee House in Arnold. Baked goods, full barista bar, and fabulous gifts, too. Check those out. Novelty gifts and everything. Real fun place to go. Also, a couple of things that have become really popular that you can actually purchase now and take home with you. Their dark Candian coffee and their Piper leaf teas. So enjoy a delicious treat, breakfast burrito, or one of their other delicious treats and a delicious drink as well. And gather with friends. Have a good time at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. You'll find them in Arnold, Nebraska. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, and they're open on Saturday from 9 to 3.
Also, we wanted to let you know that during the show today, we'll be having the Wrestling Report, as Coach Schaaf will be in to visit with Brent on the breakfast show this morning about our Broken Bow wrestlers, some of their recent activities and what they're looking forward to. That's coming up yet today as well.
Yes, it's been all about duels for the Broken Bow wrestling team. So we'll talk about that. A lot of success for the team again last week. So we'll talk about that coming up.
All right, more guests coming in right after these words.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith, the Palmer Monument Company. There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, we are giving you one more reason, our annual winter sale. Come and see us today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off our already reduced prices. Our goal is to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs, and will save you money too, during the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow in Lexington.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Love local as we start the new year. KCNI-KBBN is giving away $25 gift cards to these area businesses and more on The Breakfast Show.
Nebraska State Bank, Clips and Curls, Nebraska Past Your Door, Agland 8 TV, St. Hills Custom Creations, The Foo Bar and Grill, Lily Kate Boutique, Wenquist Incorporated, and The Quilting Shack.
Keep listening for your chance to win on The Breakfast Show. And remember, love local.
At Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow, improving the quality of life of our residents is priority number one. We offer a unique assisted living lifestyle home for those suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia. When you add that to a safe and nurturing home-like environment, as well as staff that are specially trained in dementia care, providing 24 hours of loving support, you have a family-like atmosphere that makes residents feel right at home. Contact Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow at 872-6387 for more information or stop in for a tour.
8:13 is your time. This in on our chat box from Chris Smith. He did note that he's sure that Scotty at the Economic Development meeting would have the minutes. She takes the minutes, so we could go back and look and see some of the comments that were made to insult a radio announcer.
I was going to say, apparently some comments were made at the meeting about radio announcers.
Yeah.
And they weren't complimentary. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, that's the way I understood it, because I didn't actually catch it, but everybody was laughing, and it really hurt my feelers. Ryan Anderson is here from the Garden Center. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Hey, I'm glad you're here because I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay.
About trees.
Okay.
We were talking earlier about yesterday it was 61 degrees out the airport, 60 here at the station. It was 61 the day before. And here now, today, we'll maybe see 20-something, and the wind chills are 5 below. Is this as hard on trees as it is people?
Probably, yeah.
Well, is there a chance they might think they're going to bloom?
Very possible.
Really?
That's why it's important to mulch around the bottom of them.
And what does mulching do to?
Once you get the ground froze, you want to keep it froze. So the mulch kind of helps out with keeping the ground a more stable temperature. So
the
trees go dormant, so they're not pushing sap up and stuff. And if they was to warm up, which we've had a pretty nice fall.
Yeah.
And but I bet if you dug down underneath mulch, it'd still be froze.
So let's kind of, for guys who are a little slow, like I'll raise my hand. You think that when they're budding out, you see them budding out when you really don't want them to. It's because of the buds out on the end of the limbs, but it really is what's being shoved up from below then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
All right.
So I've heard like apple trees, for instance, they'll put I don't know what they're called, where they grow apples at.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a vineyard, but that's grapes. But so they'll go in and put a layer of 8 to 10 inches of mulch or straw clear out to like the canopy line of these trees.
Okay.
And that keeps a tree from waking up too early in the spring and getting frosted. And
so if we need to check, make sure we're mulched properly. And by the way, you've told us this, there's a way you mulch that's right and a way that you mulch is wrong. And I was doing it wrong because I would mulch clear up to the actual bark of the tree, and you're not supposed to do that, right?
Yeah, you don't want to make a little mulch volcano with your tree coming out of it.
Yeah.
So, we usually tell people 3 to 4 inches of mulch, and then kind of keep it back from the base because you don't want rot and stuff right around the base of the tree.
Okay. All right. So. Well, everybody understands with this weird winter we're having so far that it's stressful on animals and people and trees. So
yeah, trees and perennials in general.
Okay.
We've seen some loss to last year because kind of the same weather, hot and cold and whatnot. So if you get a really stretch of like yesterday, a week or two of it, and things start waking up in February, and then it gets cold in March. It can be pretty hard on stuff.
This seems like some years past, and it's kind of funny because you got your bigger trees, and then you got your bushes and shrubs and different things. And there was 1 or 2 years we lost a lot of those as well. I don't know if that was an early freeze or a late freeze, or it was. I don't remember, but probably mulching had something to do with that as well.
Yeah, timing of the frost is, once a tree gets, bit by frost, it takes, I want to say 3 to 4 weeks to push bud again. And then if you get if you get a frost when it's doing it, 2 consecutive or something, it can be really hard on stuff.
Yeah.
So,
well, one of the ways, Mr. Brent Apperson, that we can still have plants and have them healthy and not have to deal with those temperatures is in an environmentally controlled area, which would be your house.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I'm sure you keep your temperature pretty steady.
Pretty much.
Okay, so you could have house plants.
Could, yes.
And if you have house
which
plants,
is good.
That's a good thing. But then if you don't have them potted correctly, then you might lose those plants too. And this guy right over here could help you with that, Ryan Anderson with the Garden Center.
Will you just pot them up for me?
We do that.
Oh, wow.
So,
and then if I have a problem with it, can I bring it to you?
We do that as well.
All right.
You do. That's part of the service.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good time of the year, though, to walk around, take a look at your plants. Maybe, do you feel the texture of the potting soil, or you just know you didn't do it the last year, or just get it done, right?
Sometimes it looks like you actually, if you haven't repotted a plant for a while, it actually looks like you washed the dirt out. I don't know where it goes, but we've planted several house plants, or repotted several house plants for people, and there's no dirt in it, or
Yeah.
So but some gets a little root bound and whatnot. So, but
for folks out there maybe wanting to get started to replace some plants, do you have some supply right now of indoor plants?
Yeah, we just we got a whole bunch this weekend, and we've kind of changed the look out there at the store a little bit, and been busy doing that. But we stocked up on a lot of plants this weekend. Got kind of some unique ones that you don't see all the time, and different than say like your normal Chinese evergreen or peace lily, something like that. We have a couple of those as well, but we got a lot of different unique plants and got a new display, and kind of excited for people to see that. So
yeah, good. We'll stop by and see it, and of course you have plenty of very, very nice pottery to put those plants in as well.
Yep, new to kind of go along with that, we've got. We were just unpacking some pottery yesterday, so spring stuff starting to arrive, which is kind of fun. It's like Christmas, because seeing all the stuff you ordered 5-6 months ago kind of start to trickle in every week. So yeah, got plenty of pottery and more coming, and of course potting soil, plant fertilizer, plant food, that sort of thing too. We can get you pointed in the right direction depending on the plant you have. So
okay, all right. Now the store is open when? What's the hours now?
Yeah, we're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, and Saturday 10 to 2. So that's probably the phone calls I've fielded the last couple of weeks have been, "Are you open?" And yeah, we're open.
You're there.
We're
starting
here.
Tuesday. You can stop in. Yeah. I think we talked about this last time, but I think we should probably mention it every time. A live plant is a great idea for funeral services as well. I mean, there's beauty in the ones that are prepared that are cut flowers, but sometimes it's nice, especially if you know that people like plants in a memory of someone. You guys can do that.
Yeah, we do. We can get a plant to a funeral service and have the cards and everything to get that done, and just call out there or stop out and pick one out. So we can work through that as well. We also have one of the new things that came in was some memorial things, memorial items, crosses and some candles type of things, and that stuff too, but with different sayings on them. And like I say, we got some new stuff in this week, so we're still getting it unboxed and put out. But
okay, anybody out there having a birthday, something like that, maybe towards spring or summer, or they're having, I should put it this way, if they're having a birthday now, a gift certificate would be great so that they could walk in this spring and summer and use that. So you'll still have those available as well.
Yep, gift certificates are always good.
Yep.
So if you don't know what to get somebody, they like plants or like gardening or something, flowers.
Well, I only have one garden shovel, and I got a neighbor in my neighborhood that I was going to ask to maybe help tend the garden this year, so he could have his own shovel. And I know you have some tools that's easier on the back. I don't want to hurt my neighbor's back, so do you have some things I could buy that he could use and not hurt his back and then get the job done?
I don't know if I got any like that or not.
Well, I work with Dave every morning, and trust me, there's days I need a shovel. So,
yeah. Do you have any manure shovels there?
Yeah, right.
No, we do have we do keep some garden tools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One that I found that I use a lot. It's called a root slayer. It's kind of serrated on the edge, and I removed a couple trees last year. I always dread doing that for people.
Yeah.
And this particular shovel makes it a lot easier. And there's a big size and then a smaller size for like if you're working in a perennial garden or something like that. So,
well, I have a tree that I'm going to remove that that we received as a gift and planted it, and so I want to move it because it's a gift and it's really nice. It's really coming along. It's like an evergreen, and I want to move it away from the garden because it's actually going to shade the garden too much. And I wanted to. Maybe I can get that shovel for Brent when we get ready to move that tree, because I know he'll want to use the proper tool.
I'm sure it probably won't fit his hands. It'll probably fit yours. So,
You want to just come over and show me how to do it, Ryan?
I bet you get a lot of that.
just show me. Oh, keep going, Ryan. Go ahead. I don't think I quite understand it yet.
Come over and get us started.
Keep moving it, would you please?
Is there anything this morning that we didn't talk about that you wanted to promote and highlight?
Just the fact that we're open. Like I said, Tuesday through Friday, we're there year round, and then come stop in and check out our house plants. So, and like I say, a new, little different look when you come in. So
changed up the store, and as those orders come in, trickling in, that means people need to stop in every once in a while and see what's there, so they might nab something they like, right?
Yep.
Okay.
For sure.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Ryan Anderson, the Garden Center.
The Garden Center.
The Garden Center. I hope you have a shovel that's kind of short.
Here we go. Another short joke.
We'll be back right after these words.
Rise and shine.
All right. The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
It's midnight. Banking time. Really? Well, yeah. I just got back from watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC.
Ansley Lumber and Supply is proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber hopes you stop by to talk to them about your dream project.
Assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs. And with our sale, we'll save you money too.
During the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company in Lexington and Broken Bow.
8:33 is your time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and we appreciate that. This came in on our chat box just a few moments ago. Susan Nelson says, my tree has been sapping on my car the last several weeks. Now, what that would indicate is the tree thinks it's spring or summertime.
Yeah.
Because of this warm weather we're having. That's what we were just talking about with Ryan Anderson with the Garden Center.
Crazy.
Crazy days. Now it's 11 degrees outside.
I bet they're not sapping today.
They're not.
Yeah.
The sap
They might be weeping
It's
today.
frozen. Yeah. We have Paul Burney here from Custer Federal State Bank in Broken Bow and Kearney, and he has brought a special guest with him this morning, Paul.
I have.
Well, let's find out. We have met before, I think, but the audience maybe hasn't. So let's get started. Who do we have here, Paul?
I'm going to let Allison introduce herself.
I'll introduce myself.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Allison. My last name is kind of hard to pronounce. It came with the ring, so if you get it wrong, it's okay. I do all the time. Last name's Veldhuizen. So.
Veldhuizen?
Yep.
Okay. Allison, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
I've heard from some fellow workers down at the bank,
Oh, boy.
and I'm not talking Paul here. I'm talking about maybe Jody and some of the others there, that you're a lot of fun to work with.
You know, I like to think I am, so it's good that other people think so too.
Now, when did you start with the bank?
Oh, I want to say maybe June or July of last year. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we talked before, we probably asked some of these same questions, but give us kind of where you grew up and a little background there.
Yeah, I grew up in Pennsylvania, so go Penn State. I had to throw it out there.
Well, this interview is over.
But no, I grew up in a small town just outside of the university. I came from a family of 12, so that was a lot of fun growing up. 9 girls, 3 boys. So.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely a lot of different personalities. It's a nice way to put it. And then I went to college, and after college, I moved to Texas, and there I met my husband, who was serving in the military. We had a quick little 16-day engagement, and then we eloped. Wow. Yeah, so.
Wow.
Yeah, then he got out of the military, and now he works for BNSF.
Very good. Very good. So growing up with a family of 12, how did you say 12 kids?
Yep.
So where were you at in the...
I was number 9.
Number 9.
Is that how you refer to each other?
Yeah, we just call each other numbers like, hey, 1, 2, you know.
You're like the umbrella academy.
Yeah, exactly. My mom just kind of was like, hey, you, and if we knew we were in trouble, we knew it was us, so that's how we could tell.
Well, I would guess that growing up with 12 siblings, kind of taught you how to get along and go over the humps and bumps a little bit.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely never a dull moment at Christmas or anything like family gathering wise. So definitely makes me well-rounded.
Yes, it would. Yes. And then how did you get involved in, have you worked in lending institutions before or?
Nope, this is my first time. Before this, I was a restaurant manager for a long time, and I really enjoyed it, but I kind of switched roles when I came to a smaller town since there's not quite the scale that I was used to, and I've really started to enjoy myself here, and I really like the people in the atmosphere, so it's really great.
Good. Well, I think if you talk to restaurant operators right now, they probably say, you might have made the right decision with the situations that we're in. But it's that way all the way across the country.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
So you probably talked to some former employees, friends, or bosses who tell you what it's like in the restaurant business.
Oh, yeah. My former regional director called me up the other day, and he said, hey, it's snowing in Texas. I've been thinking about you. And I was like, yeah, when it's negative 35 here, I think about you guys too. So it's definitely, it is a hard time for a lot of people. And, luckily our restaurant that I used to work at hasn't been too affected by it. We have a great group. But definitely there are a lot of people who are hurting right now, so it's good to have people around us, like the people that I work at the bank. They're really great, so if anybody was ever struggling, it's a great group of people to hang out with and work with. So
good. And we're feeling kind of lucky in this part of the country right now with some of the things that's happened in Texas and Kentucky and other places with some of the unusual storms and so forth, and weird weather on the east and west coast.
Yeah.
We've been in a pretty good spot here, and even with the COVID situation and everything, it seems like we've been lucky, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. There are a lot of areas that have been really affected by COVID and places like that, but here in Custer County, I think it's kind of not like necessarily like a COVID-free place, but it's definitely, a good group of people that watch out for one another and take care of each other. So if someone is sick, the community really does rally. So it's really great to see.
All right. Brent, this gal is good. She's real good. Allison knows her radio business here.
Allison, let's get to the important questions.
Yes.
As a teller at Custer Federal State Bank, what's your thought on where do you draw the line age-wise on giving someone a piece of candy when they come in to, say, give a deposit or whatever?
I think as long as they're good looking, I can accept the candy. So,
okay.
When that silver fox comes through the drive-thru and he says, "Here's a piece of candy and some bubble gum," we'll take it.
Silver fox.
Yeah. See, this is my problem. Usually, it's the teller that gives the candy to the customer.
Yeah.
Right. Dave always puts. What do you put?
A stick of gum.
Yeah. Because I went in the other day, and I think I was talking to you. And I think your question was that there's no candy in here.
There was no gum. We were a little disappointed.
Yeah.
Pat.
So thanks for setting that standard.
Yeah, he really does.
I just think it's easy. I got a pack of gum right there. I just put it underneath the rubber band, and it's kind of just a have a great day sort of thing.
But what is in the candy bowl right now? Custer Federal State
We
Bank.
have little dum-dums.
Dum-dum suckers?
Yep.
Oh, love
and we
those.
have little dog treats. So anytime a dog comes through, you bring them through, we'll give them a treat too.
Something tells me you go through more of those than people might think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Sometimes some dogs get a couple. So
nice.
You have to keep them warm during the winter. So.
Now, see, that's customer service.
Right? Looking out for the man and man's best friend.
Yeah, this young lady has a future in radio. She's sharp. She's quick.
Yeah.
But really, when you go to the bank, then you get this same sort of friendly chatter, which is nice.
Yeah.
You add that to the paperwork, it makes it fun.
Yeah, it really does. I really enjoy the people that I work with and the people that come through. I mean, we do have a couple of people that, just need a little smile and a little extra love, so that's what we're there for.
Are you speechless, Paul?
Not at all. This is every day with Allison. It's the best. Allison also leads our marketing team, and so she's been instrumental in helping get us organized and focused and bringing kind of new perspective and direction to our marketing efforts, and she's great at it. So,
well, with an attitude like what we're hearing and seeing here, perfect matchup for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great way to market, by the way, is use radio.
Yeah, right? Who'd have thought?
We'd throw that in.
Yeah, of course.
That's your number one effective media tool.
I think Christy's happy to have her, too.
Yeah. Christy does come to the bank, and we often chat, and, she tells me about all the cool ads that you guys are running and things like that. And I think it's a fun way to get the kids involved when we do radio ads, and I think that really adds some little, as I like to call it, little zhuzh, a little spice to the ad and really get people's attention. So.
Well, I like the ads you're running right now with the kids. They're really good. Yeah.
Who's the youngster that you used on your ad?
Owen. He is one of our loan admin gals, so Kayla Hauser's.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So.
Does a nice job.
Yeah, he's a sweet kid.
They catch your attention.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I happened to see Paul yesterday, just briefly, and the conversation was, I said, is this a busy time of year? And the answer was yes. What is going on right now with busy, just regular busy bank things? Or?
For us, with our ag borrowers and our ag customers, we're busy working through renewals and cash flows for operating lines of credit and helping plan out the year. Yep.
How's President Shin doing?
Oh, I think quite good. Yeah.
You see, I just saw him briefly when he went. He was just shooting down the hall. Does he run like that all the time?
I don't.
He is a quick mover. You don't hear him coming, but when you see him, you know. They're like, oh, there's Brad. He's just so nice.
He's stealthy.
He really is.
Yeah. He's stealthy.
Yeah. He's quiet, but he means business.
Yeah, I was impressed when I walked into the bank yesterday. I heard the Wallflowers on the music, which I hadn't heard anything like that before. So Brad must have went out on a limb yesterday.
I think that's Brad Bell.
Brad
that
Bell's
does
the
music.
maestro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thought, Brad, you're playing the Wallflowers.
Depends. So that was Tuesday. I can't remember what's all orchestrated on Tuesday.
I don't know. He's been switching it up. He's been playing some good ones.
Oh, good.
So you'll have to come by and see us and see what's playing.
Okay.
Does he ever take requests?
No.
Not at all.
I can't see Brad taking requests.
I think it's. I don't know if this is completely accurate, but I think he told me at one time it's one of the few things he still has control of.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
So that's his baby, and he gives me the keys when he goes on vacation. So.
Oh, you get the.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can tell.
Yes.
Brad is not there.
Yeah.
Well, you got a great crew, Paul. I mean,
we do.
That's what makes a difference in any business, no matter what it is. It's the people that make it work, right?
Absolutely. And Allison's a key person for us at Custer Federal, and she does brighten everybody's day.
And it's contagious, isn't it?
Oh, very much so.
I think if you have somebody that puts a spark like that out, it really spreads pretty quick.
We were very fortunate because when Sandra Shea retired, here's this beacon of light and kind of a little rough around the edges, a lot of fun. We were fortunate enough to have Allison step right in and fill that void for us.
Yeah. Well, I know you were concerned about Sandra leaving because she has that same spark and spunk and
zeal there for sure.
She always gave me a piece of candy when I dropped off my deposit.
Oh, jeez.
We'll have to have our own personal Brett bowl.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, I kind of like that.
Right?
The Brent bowl.
Oh, jeez.
Customer service.
Yep. Oh.
We do. We know a lot of specific customers like certain kind of lollipops. There's some gentlemen that specifically like only the root beer. So if you have some root beer, he's really happy about it. There's an older gal who comes through the drive-thru and she wants 3 blue raspberries if you got them. If not, she'll take any blue. So
now that's knowing your customers.
It is.
Wow.
And then people that have dogs, that they have 2 dogs. They have 2 big dogs and 1 little dog that hides under the chair. You can't forget about them.
That's so good. That's so good. Well, thanks for coming in, Allison.
Yeah, it's
Paul,
my pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. And Allison I kind of told her last week, I said that, or was it last week? Sometime within the last 2 weeks, I said, let's go. You're going to go to the breakfast show with me. She's like, all right. And then this morning she's like, you didn't give me anything. I said, no, we're just going to go.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't work with a script on this show. Don't worry about it.
No. And it looks to me like you got a job, Allison. Next time it comes up and Paul's too busy or somebody can't come, I'm sure
just shoot me a message. I'll come on down.
We can come out and we can talk about products and we can talk about services and we can talk about what Custer Federal can offer you, but the truth is it's about our people, and Allison is one of our very best.
Good example.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. I'd like to hear some of the stories you tell about growing up with
I don't know if their stories might be more nightmares for some people, but
you should hear some of the other Texas stories is what you should hear.
Yeah, there are some good ones. There are some good
Texas
ones.
stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't wait. Maybe sometime you can kind of select which ones would be suitable, and we can.
Yeah, there we go.
We can do it after 9
there you go.
p.m.
There we go.
When the kids are in bed.
There you go.
All right. Thanks a lot. And Brent, I wish you'd quit begging for candy. It's just not.
I wasn't.
We'll get that Brett bowl ready.
Oh boy.
What's creepier, really? The
what?
Silver fox coming in handing out candy, or the
or little Bridgie
middle-aged man? Can I have a piece of candy, please?
Can I have a dum-dum sucker?
That hurts. That really hurts, you know. I'm like Kid Rock. I just care.
You do.
All right. Thanks to Allison and Paul for coming in from Custer Federal State Bank. Really enjoyed that. Hope you folks did too. Friendly service, that's what it's all about in any business. They certainly have it there at Custer Federal State Bank. Well, one of the things you need to do when you're going to be friendly with one another is be able to communicate. It's all about communication.
Yes.
You've heard the term, what we have here is a failure to communicate. If you have that, then you have problems.
That's why our relationship is so strong. The ability to communicate.
Yeah. That's right. Well, we couldn't communicate if we couldn't hear one another. And if you're out and about and people are talking to you and you're not catching all of the conversation, or even when you're addressed and you have to have them repeat it, and if it happens frequently, it's probably time to go to an expert and have your hearing checked. And Roxanne here in Custer County and Broken Bow is ready to go for you. She's a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience, and she's right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. And she is also very aware of the COVID situation, so if you do go in for a checkup, she'll take every precaution for protection in this COVID time period. Now, if you struggle with hearing anyone about those conversations we were talking about at family gatherings or get-togethers, or you find yourself turning the TV up higher and higher or the radio higher and higher, stop in for a free hearing evaluation. There's free office calls and free extended warranties on new hearing aids and extended discounts for buying here local. As much as $2,000 off for buying local. No need to travel to Lincoln, Omaha, or Denver. They sell the top technology right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, and Roxanne will make sure you get all the discounts coming to you. And they have the new technology, state-of-the-art, which includes rechargeable hearing aids, no batteries to worry about replacing. And Roxanne will meet any pricing quoted from other offices in the state of Nebraska. Call to make an appointment at 308-384-3852. They are located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building. That's 4 doors down from Bo Bootery, and their business name is on the glass window in the front. And I know that Roxanne is also a Facebooker. You'll probably find some information there, but get that hearing checked. It's just like having your eyes checked or going for your wellness check, and she'll take care of you. Here's Brent Apperson.
Here's what's showing at the movies. Go to watchthefox.com because they're kind of rotating 4 movies right now, and looks like they're going to continue to do that through the weekend into next week. So go to watchthefox.com. You can click on Cozad or Broken Bow, depending on which theater you want to go to, and you can take a look at all of the showtimes and the movies that are playing right now. Among them, American Underdog. That's the story of Kurt Warner, the Hall of Fame NFL football player that went from sacking groceries to becoming a Super Bowl winning quarterback and a Hall of Famer. That's showing now at the Fox Theater. Also, The King's Man is showing, and looks like it's going to be ending this week. So if you want to see that, a couple of more opportunities to do so at the Fox Theater. Also, they'll continue showing Sing 2, and of course the big Spider-Man movie is still showing, Spider-Man No Way Home, showing at the Fox Theater. And then as we go into the weekend and on into next week, they're going to bring in Nightmare Alley, and they'll be starting that on Friday, and it will rotate with American Underdog, Spider-Man, and Sing 2. So that's what's showing at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Coming soon, a couple of big movies, The 355 and Scream, which you talked about earlier, going to be coming soon to the Fox Theater. So again, go to watchthefox.com. You can check out everything that is showing, check out the show times, and remember, they do have a theater in Cozad now, and if you go to their website, you can actually just click on Broken Bow or Cozad, and that'll show you what is showing where.
Thank you, Brent. And Scream is the #1 movie right now, taking over Spider-Man. So again, at Fox Theaters in Cozad and Broken Bow, you get the top movies that are in the country, and at a very reasonable price. Very
reasonable. Yep.
The Broken Bow City is looking for a deputy clerk. They have a position open, and the deputy clerk, of course, assists with the operation in the city office. Now, if you'd like to be considered as a candidate, you must possess strong written, verbal, organizational, and skills such as that, and also be very, very confidential about sensitive information. Minimum qualifications, associate degree in related field preferred, or 2 years related work experience, previous experience in an office environment, and be proficient with using Microsoft Suite. And wages will be negotiated based on qualifications and experience. The City of Broken Bow is an equal opportunity employer. Applications will be accepted until this position is filled. Please submit your resume and complete application and 3 references to Deputy Clerk Search. Attention, City Clerk Candy Peters, Post Office Box 504, Broken Bow, Nebraska. Application materials may be submitted electronically at kpeters@cityofbrokenbow.org. For questions, call Candy with a K at 308-872-5831. All this information is on the Sandhills Express jobs page.
And we'll stay on the jobs. Still looking for a sales associate at Meade Lumber in Broken Bow. You would be responsible for various sales duties, including sales support functions, office coordination, and assist with some merchandise deliveries. You would need to develop a working knowledge of company products, procedures, culture, and customer service philosophy. You would perform daily cash balancing, answer telephone professionally and pleasantly, just some of the responsibilities. As far as qualifications go, ability to operate a computer and calculator, physical strength to lift and carry 80 pounds, high school diploma preferred, and a valid driver's license and a good driving record. That's a sales associate opening at Meade Lumber in Broken Bow. To check out the entire listing, as Dave mentioned, go to sandhillsexpress.com and click on the employment page.
And we got time for one more note here before we take a news break here on this Wednesday morning. It's Third Thursday. That's right, Third Thursday in Cozad at Rustic and Red. And it's time to shop and sip and shop. From 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. tomorrow, you'll find great sales throughout their beautiful store all day long. And get this, starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow, hot ruby mimosas. Ooh, baby. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a hot ruby mimosa and a little shopping. Can't go wrong there. Get a valuable coupon to use at your next visit while you're there. And follow them on Facebook at Rustic and Red to stay up to date with all that's happening on Third Thursdays. Another dynamite day at Rustic and Red in Cozad. That's tomorrow. And you'll find those great sales throughout their beautiful store starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow until 7 p.m. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The Biden administration sending 400 million N95 face masks to pharmacies where Americans will be able to pick them up for free. CBS's Sarah Cook on yesterday's announcement on free testing kits.
Individuals can order 4 tests per residential address, and they will typically be shipped in 7 to 12 days.
A 5G internet debuts today, much to the dismay of the airline industry. Analyst Henry Hartefelt.
It's a fasten your seatbelt, hang on kind of week. And the next few weeks as well, as airlines figure out what to do. Do they need to cancel flights? Do they have to reduce the number of flights? Do they change the airplanes that are operating and so on?
New York Attorney General Letitia James lodging new claims of fraud against Donald Trump. CBS's Catherine Herridge.
This investigation is civil, meaning James cannot bring criminal charges against the Trumps or others in the organization. But it's running parallel to a criminal probe by the Manhattan District Attorney that's examining some of the same issues.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
In the NBA on Tuesday night, the Golden State Warriors knocked off the Detroit Pistons 102-86. Klay Thompson led the Warriors with 21 as they improved to 32-12. Adrian Wojnarowski reports that Denver's acquiring San Antonio Spurs guard Bryn Forbes in a 3-way trade with the Celtics that'll see Boston acquire Bol and P.J. Dozier from Denver. College hoops Tuesday night, Florida State led 6th-ranked Duke 79-78 in the final seconds of overtime. Here's the venerable Gene Deckerhoff on Learfield.
Across the leg, going to try to break down the zone. Pass. This shot is
there. It is.
Underneath. The ball is loose. Dribble out.
There it is. We got it, Gene. We got it, Gene. Let's go.
Knowles beat Duke. Knowles beat Duke. How about them Seminoles?
NFL Tuesday, the Seattle Seahawks fired defensive coordinator Ken Norton Jr.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, a chance for some light snow showers ending early on, otherwise mostly cloudy skies, with our temperatures fairly steady in the teens. We'll have gusty north winds 15 to 25. Then for tonight, mostly clear, a low of 6 below, wind chills into the teens below 0. For Thursday, good deal of sun, back up to 22, and mid-30s for highs on Friday. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Were you in church last Sunday? As followers of Jesus, a.k.a. Christian, Jesus says, "You are my witnesses." When you do not attend church on Sunday, your witness to family, friends, co-workers, and neighbors says something was more important than spending time in worship. So plan now to attend this week, or is there something more important? This is Roger Sloan with the Lillian Church of Christ, where we love to share Jesus.
Cloudy skies, 11 degrees outside.
But yes, we have all the pizzas, pastas, wings, salads, you name it, it's on there.
All right. Refresh everybody's memory, Chantel, on what your delivery is right now during the week and then on the weekends.
Okay, so Monday through Friday, our delivery runs from 11 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then 5 p.m. to close, which is 9 o'clock. And then on the weekends, it runs from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and then 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
All right. Anything else you wanted to mention?
Nope. Like I was saying, we're always hiring. We have a lot of open positions right now. So if all of our customers could bear with us a little bit, we're working as hard as we possibly can with the limited staff we have right now. So if you know anybody who needs a job, send them my way.
All right. Sounds good, Chantel. Always appreciate you taking the time to visit with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys.
Take care. 9:12 is your time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and we appreciate that very much.
Stay up to date on your bank accounts no matter where your schedule takes you. Sign up for mobile or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, and check balances. Set up bill pay so you never forget to pay a bill ever again. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
At Golden Harvest, our best skill is knowing how to listen. From our Gold Series soybean and game-changing corn portfolios to our expert insights housed in the Illuminate digital agronomy platform, everything we offer is an answer to what we've heard from you. This is how we listen.
Copyright 2021 Syngenta. The trademarks or service marks used herein are the property of a Syngenta Group company. All other trademarks are the property of their respective owners.
Just like the weather, crop insurance keeps changing. And that's why Farm Credit Services of America employs full-time crop insurance officers who understand those changes, deliver the best options to your farm, and the coverage you expect. The weather can be surprising. Your crop insurance shouldn't be. Get a no-cost, no-obligation crop insurance plan review from Farm Credit Services of America. Call 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
9:15, right on time. Tony is here from Gary Superfoods. How you doing?
Guys.
How are you?
What a difference a day makes, huh?
Yeah. Wow. Wow is right.
Yeah.
Wow is right. It's about 11 degrees, wind chill, 5
what was
below.
it here yesterday?
61 out at the
61,
airport.
I think that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It was much more enjoyable. Little breezy, but it's really windy today.
Yeah. You know, I did stay in North Platte yesterday, and I took a jaunt around the lake, and there was guys fishing on the inlet at Lake Maloney. That's woo.
I wonder if a game warden drove by, if he wouldn't go down and have a little chat with him.
I'm not sure. You know, that just looked awful dangerous to me.
Yeah. Because it's been warm until today.
Right. Yep. I actually thought about getting my fishing license already.
There you go.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Well, last time I talked to you, my neighbor called and said, "Hey, Gary Superfoods has smelt." And I went down, I guess it was on Saturday, and run into you there. And we weren't going to go back to the house, and so I didn't really want to put smelt in the car and let it thaw out.
Yeah.
So
you can always put it in the back of Brent's car.
Well, yeah.
Oh, don't give him ideas, Tony. Please don't give him ideas.
That's a great idea. I like it. But you, I don't know if you have any left, but you had some the other day.
Yeah, the shelf was full.
Yeah.
Yep.
And speaking of full shelves, the store is looking good.
I tell you, we have a decent-looking facility right now.
Mm-hmm.
It really is, and I came this morning to talk a little bit about some of that stuff, but we'll get through just some of the stuff we do have, right, before we get into some of the other things I'd touch on a little bit. You know, we do have a decent supplier who is doing what they can. We talked the other day a little bit about how many people it takes just to get a product on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a lot of business. But we do have bone-in split chicken breast right now at 88 cents a pound. They are frozen. We do have those. They're very, very popular. Choice boneless top round roasts at $4.99. That's choice. $4.99 a pound. We have shank portion bone-in hams at 99 cents a pound. And the butt portion at $1.19. How about a 10-ounce boneless ribeye steak, Brent?
Now we're talking.
Huh? Choice. How about that, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? Sound good?
That's what...
Sound good? $8.99 a pound.
Oh, that's not bad for right now, is it?
That's summertime price.
Yeah.
You know? Absolutely. And boneless pork loin chops. Everybody likes a boneless pork loin chop, right? 10 for 10. Very popular. That roughly jumps out to about 3 pounds on a tray.
Wow.
10 boneless pork chops for $10.
For $10?
10 for 10.
Boy, that's a deal.
Yes, that's a great deal. Farmland sliced bacon, $6.99. We got it. You bet. And occasionally, this is something that is still kind of funny, that Michael will put out. You guys know what side pork is?
Side pork. I
can't say I do.
No. Side pork. I heard the other day you talking about tripe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I heard Miss Peggy called in and got...
Yes.
That's right, Tony.
Oh, yeah. Well, occasionally Michael will put out side pork. We get a lot of calls for side pork, mainly the older generation folks. It's pretty much what you're looking at there is just an uncured bacon.
Oh,
fresh, sliced right off the pork butt, and he'll put trays of those out occasionally. So that's kind of a nifty thing. We're available occasionally to get that way. And, a few other things. We're still able to get some decent produce that way. It's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Very, very hit and miss, guys. Taylor Farms chopped salads are 2 for $7. Midwest russet potatoes or red potatoes are 2 for $4. Dairy. You guys, dairy was hit hard. It was almost non-existent Monday. I got 2 cases of orange juice.
Wow.
I got 2 cases of butter. I got a large Greek yogurt, one case. And that was it. I got my pallet of milk. And as far as the rest of the dairy section goes, it was non-existent. It was unbelievable. Now, you know, I saw the write-up in the Chief, and those people are not lying. And I'm going to show you this, you guys. These first 3 are just out-of-stock grocery.
That's what you don't get, right?
This is out-of-stock grocery.
Wow.
So
there's a lot of things on those
folks
lists.
that talk to the Chief aren't just kind of blowing.
Yeah.
The stars that you see or the little asterisks you see are long-term out-of-stock product. That's just a grocery for one day.
Yeah.
That's just one day.
One day.
That's one day. This is a fresh meat. A few items there, not too bad. Look at this, you guys.
That is amazing.
This is dairy.
Dairy and the marks also mean long-term?
Long-term out of stocks.
Geez, about half of that.
We're not joking around here.
No.
It's come, you know, the coasts are complaining, and it's come to middle America, Custer County. Here we are.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing, Brent?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Super
That's just dairy.
Super challenge for you guys, isn't it?
Isn't this something? This is just a bakery list. How about a very popular Rotella bread? Long term.
Half of that's long term, right?
Long term.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
There's some more bakery. There's some more bakery.
Wow.
Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, it's frustrating and amazing. But folks, when you walk in Gary Superfoods right now, you'll see that it is vastly improved. And think what you could do if you could get all the product.
Well, isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave, for saying that. That's the truth. You know, we're really trying to do what we can with what we have, and I think everyone is.
Yeah.
Everyone. You bet. It's kind of strange, though, to think about some of these things out here, and I don't know to get all political, but when we put a gentleman who is in charge of 100,000 people and now is thrust into and put in charge of millions and millions of folks, it's kind of getting tough on that old boy, I imagine, you know. And it's kind of strange.
Yeah.
We're fighting these things right now.
Yeah, it's been kind of COVID certainly the last over 2 years now, and then just some of the weird things have been happening the last 10 years. I guess it's come to bite us in the rear end here.
Right. We have actually talked with some different supplier on trying to get some home COVID tests in the store, but we're not sure we'll be able to get our hands on those things. I think they will get to the other facilities and properly and not grocery stores that way.
Unfortunately, a lot of this seems like, and it goes back through the whole thing, about the time we don't need them is when we'll get them. But, yeah. So be patient with Tony.
Please do.
Everybody, how did your transition for your new system go?
Very well. Thanks for asking. That actually went all-day process. Started slowly, and we have now operational, fully operational. New registers, very handy, very slick, very easy. Should be much quicker for everyone.
Quicker, and I'm sure. Does it actually match up with the products on the shelves? Or?
Yes, that's another challenge also.
Oh, I bet.
With every truckload, you guys, we'll have a stack. It's twice this size, an envelope full of those little tiny store stickers that you see on the shelf. No bigger than that little dude right there, that thick. Where now we have to have the manpower and the personnel to run around that store and re-tag every single item on almost a twice-a-week basis. They'll come in, but not every single, of course I said every single item, but it's very challenging to keep up on that. Yeah. It changes every single week.
Wow.
Yes, I will get emails on changes twice a week on just egg prices.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So it's obvious you could maybe use some more help.
Very much.
Yeah. So
right.
Still hiring, of course.
Yep. Absolutely. We're still hiring grocery technician, stockers. We could probably use another checker. We would prefer an adult that can accommodate everyone that comes in the store, of age purchases also.
Sure.
Correct, yeah.
And, of course, the deli continues to make great food.
Deli continues, yes. Sean and Dan still plugging it out. Yeah. You betcha. Very, very busy.
Yeah, that's always busy. And I suppose even in their position, sometimes it's a little tough if you can't get everything you need.
It has. You guys, we use the Rotella products a lot for the bread purposes for the deli. We cannot get a hoagie. You know, they'll make those great take sandwiches, ham, roast beef, and all. We can't get a hoagie. We've had to turn to another supplier.
I'll be darned.
Just to get a simple hoagie bun. Yeah.
Well, Tony, I just have to say that you took on a challenge at a very challenging time.
Yes. Yep, you bet. I think we're doing okay.
So why don't you and I this spring, when you get a day, we'll go fishing.
Oh.
And get away from it all.
Sounds like a blast.
You think
Does Brent fish?
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. Well, maybe we can all go.
Yeah, we can all.
Or does he
go.
have to stay here and cover for you?
Well, it depends on what time we go.
All right.
There you go.
In the spring and summer, he might be able to get away.
You just got a boat, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a boat, and or I don't even mind just sitting on the bank putting a bobber out.
Where do you go?
Well, last year I went over to the Kalamazoo and Sherman, and then I like to fish some smaller ponds with it.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't care really where I go.
Yeah.
Just as long as I go.
That was Brent. You don't know. Well, that's the nice thing about the North Platte area is so much water available for us. We can drive and minutes in any direction and have a line in the water.
You can. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to drive a little further here.
Yeah.
But I could drive over to North Platte and you could show me around.
Ooh, yes.
And then Brent would be familiar with the area and you wouldn't get us in trouble.
Yeah.
No. Never would get you in trouble.
Well, by this spring, Tony, I hope that supplies are coming in for you. But honestly, those are the challenges, but the store is much improved. The things look much better.
So much.
And I know you, with your new checkout system and everything, you're heading in the right direction. So
thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
You bet.
Anything else you wanted to highlight?
I don't believe so. We'll still keep our same hours.
Okay.
7 to 9 p.m. now. Sometimes, guys and folks out there listening, that we may get a little weather issues or something. We may have to close early to send the folks that I do have that travel in.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get them home safely, so we may have to occasionally shut that door a little earlier.
Okay.
But we try to get there at 7 a.m. and 9 p.m.
Well, if weather does come up, give us a call and we'll make the announcement.
Well, thank you.
You bet. That's what we're supposed to do. So.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
You bet. Thank you very much. We will continue with the wrestling report here on The Breakfast Show. That's coming up next, right here on this Wednesday.
Brought to you in part by Trotter Fertilizer and Broken Bow. Success is what you want from your fields, both now and in the future. To build towards both, utilize the help of Trotter Fertilizer. Using their expertise and leading technology, they can help you analyze your fields to move them forward to stronger yields. Give Trotter Fertilizer of Broken Bow a call. They are proud to be bringing you this wrestling report on KCNI KBBN.
Friendly service every time. Quality is what you'll find where your neighbors and your friends go see Trotter.
The Broken Bow Wrestling Report is brought to you in part by Duda Plumbing. Since 2002, Scott has shown pride in giving his customers A-plus service. For plumbing service, septic installation, pumping, or sewer camera inspections, call Duda Plumbing at 872-3402. Duda Plumbing of Broken Bow is proud to bring you this wrestling report. All about student athletes giving it their all on the mat and in the classroom. Duda Plumbing, where they Duda Plumbing.
And at this time, we're visiting with Broken Bow head wrestling coach Ed Schaaf. During the Broken Bow Wrestling Report, comes your way weekly, brought to you by Trotter Fertilizer and Duda Plumbing. Coach, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Nice to have you aboard. I know that you guys had a very big week last week in regards to duel competition. You wrestled 7 duels altogether when you think about the triangular with Valentine and Gothenburg on a Thursday. Then you went to Gothenburg for the Gothenburg duels. You went 7-0 in duels last week. That had to make you happy, I would think.
Yeah. We did. We wrestled well, especially on Saturday at Gothenburg. Our kids really stepped up. The triangular on Thursday, Valentine had a lot of sickness. So it wasn't quite the duel that we were hoping for because there was just a lot of forfeits. And, the duel was never in doubt with that, which kind of stinks because Valentine's tough. They're, especially as a dual team, they have good kids at most every weight. And I guess I kind of was looking for us to push it, see how good we are. But it's also a thing, like we were talking out there, that, it's a win and it's helping our point total for state duels. So, we just went out and wrestled but then Saturday, we had some duels that probably were kind of along the same way, that we got some forfeits and the duels weren't ever in question. But the last one against Garion was really good. I mean, that was one going in. I'll be honest, I didn't know. I'm like, holy smokes, we're going to have stuff, happen a certain way. And we did. We picked up some wins that, that I didn't know if we could do it or not. And our kids just, they, in the dual format, they just kind of wrestle tough. And not that they don't in tournaments, but you can see as a team we're pretty tight. So.
Yeah. Excuse me. We'll come back to the Gothenburg duels here in a minute, but back to the triangular with Valentine and Gothenburg. You mentioned Valentine was without some kids due to sickness. You guys were without some kids too. Yeah. But because of your depth, you were able to fill some weights that they couldn't because of their sickness. And I think that's, we talk about your depth all the time, but
And you mentioned just getting a win in duels. That's big when you're trying to set yourself up point-wise with state duels coming up in early February. The ability to do that probably shouldn't be overlooked.
No, and it was. I mean, that was one of our benefits that we have so many kids out, is that, you know, I think we were missing 3 kids that day that couldn't wrestle, you know, state medalist type kids. And we were able to fill them, and our kids stepped up and wrestled well, and that, you know, that was a big difference. So it's a luxury to have. We appreciate it and appreciate the time that, all of our kids, and it's not that we're just throwing a body out there. We're putting kids out there that can wrestle. Mm-hmm. And that just, they work hard in the room, and they get their opportunities. They go out there and they take it.
Well, you talk about that. I think of Trey Holbert. Got a thrilling win by fall in the match that he wrestled against the Gothenburg kid at that triangular. And that's kind of what you're talking about, kids who can wrestle, and then when they're given the opportunity, they can step up and make some things happen for you. Yeah,
and that's, Traber was one that he just competes. He's just always at a weight where there's, some really good kids in front of him. But he stepped up, and we took him down to Gothenburg to the duels, and he got a win down there too. So it's good.
Let's go to the Gothenburg duels. Good competition. You mentioned the championship round against Gearing. I know that really challenged your kids. I know that Waverly was expected to be there, but I think they've had some sickness and things that didn't allow them to be there.
Right.
But just overall, your thoughts about the Gothenburg duels. I know going to the Gearing duel, these scores, you guys were pretty dominant in some of these scores. Shutout Adams Central, big over Alliance, Minden and Sydney, the other wins. So just leading up to it, it looked like you guys were gaining some momentum to get ready for that championship round.
Adams Central had some, Alliance and Adams Central, they both had quite a few, open weights.
Yeah.
And, and Adams Central's got a few decent kids, but where they had their decent kids, we just had kids that were a little bit better. Mm-hmm. The Minden duel, that was a good duel. We come out. Minden, I think that they've only lost 2 or 3 duels all year. They're an upper division win for us, and our kids kind of come out and rolled and wrestled well. And the same thing with Sydney. Sydney's got, is a pretty good duel team, and we got on a roll, and that can kind of happen on those duel tournaments, and in duels in particular. If you get things going and you get the excitement, it can be the momentum can really swing one way or the other. And we've been on I've been on both sides of it, and I like it a lot better when the momentum's going in our way. But yeah, we wrestled our pool really well, and then we went over and knew that going into Gearing that it was going to be it was going to be tough. They had a lot of state-rated kids. They just come off of a big win. They'd been at the High Plains tournament the week before and won that, and that was that was a good, tough tournament for them. So they were wrestling tough, and they come in, and we started out, and it was kind of the way it worked as far as starting the duel. We got to start at 106, and it was Chauncey Watson took his first loss of the year. He lost to this Dane kid who was a state runner-up last year, lost 4-3 and had the opportunity. Just couldn't quite get away at the end to tie it up. But it shows, Chauncey, he come out of it with great attitude that, he's right there. He's right there with the top kids in the state. So it was good. It was fun.
And you need matches like that, right?
Yeah, I told Chauncey, I said, when we're on our way home, I said, the one good thing about this, if you're looking at it, is you don't have to worry about being undefeated. And so, there's pressure to that.
Well, sure there is.
And he come out of it, with a great attitude that, I can wrestle with these kids. And confidence is a big thing. Being, knowing that you can wrestle with the top kids in the state, it's good. It was good for us.
Duel will be the theme again for you this week.
Yes.
You duel Ord, and then you go to the always tough UNK duels.
Yeah.
An opportunity to really test your kids again this week.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, Ord will come over here. We'll be in the big gym under the spotlight. It'll be fun. They're ones too that they have quite a few open few open weights. But the kids that they have some solid kids. So there's not going to be a lot of matches, but the ones that are going to be there are going to be tough, and so it's going to be exciting. And yeah, then we go down to UNK, and that's going to be fun because we get to see. You get to see some bigger schools that you don't get to see. Like our pool, I think, is like we see Kearney Catholic. That's in our pool. But then Cheyenne Central from Cheyenne. Wow. Yeah. So they're going to come from Wyoming, and we get to wrestle them. And
now I think that's new, isn't it? I don't recall them coming.
No. I've never seen them. Cheyenne Central and East come to the North Platte. North Platte's got a dual tournament that they came to, but they're I looked, and when we got our pool things, I looked and it just said Central, and I'm like, where is Central at? Because even Omaha Central goes by Omaha, but it just was Central, and so then I got to looking, and it's Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Wow.
So it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be, and then we, Wahoo's in our other, team there. And then if we win our pool, then we go out and we'll probably face like Columbus High. And, Millard South is in the tournament. And so, they used to take and put, like Saturday was all like the Class A schools, and Friday was like the B and C schools and some D schools. And now they just throw them. We're just all together on Friday. So you wrestle your pool, and then you come out and get to go against some of the Class A schools. So we'll see. If we get to wrestle Millard South, we'll see how good we are, because they're the best.
Yeah, they're not bad.
No, they're not bad.
From what I hear.
No, they're not bad at all.
Ed, what's the focus now? We're getting to late January. Conference not too far away now. We've talked about state duels comes up early February, then all of a sudden districts. And so what's the focus now for you as a coach moving
healthy.
Forward? Healthy, yeah. Healthy
that's the thing is, we
and
talk,
I'm sure you wish you had more control over that.
Yeah,
probably.
we do. But that's the thing is, we talk with our kids a lot about, the stuff that they do have control over, of getting sleep and, taking care of themselves, so that they can be, their body can fight off anything that might come around. And, we are right now in a focus of duels. We'll have, 6 more duels this week. So, in a matter of 10 days or so, we'll probably have 13 duels, which is good. You're getting matches. You're getting quite a few matches. But our focus is, hasn't really changed much. We're just trying to get better every time we step on the mat, whether it's in practice or, in competition. So staying healthy, staying positive, and we'll just keep rolling.
There you go.
We try.
There you go.
Yeah.
We wish you the best this week. Always appreciate you coming in to visit with us, and we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds great.
All right, Coach Ed Schaaf joining us on the Broken Bow Wrestling Report, brought to you by Duda Plumbing and Trotter Fertilizer.
The Broken Bow Wrestling Report is brought to you in part by Duda Plumbing. Since 2002, Scott has shown pride in giving his customers A-plus service. For plumbing service, septic installation, pumping, or sewer camera inspections, call Duda Plumbing at 872-3402. Duda Plumbing of Broken Bow is proud to bring you this wrestling report, all about student-athletes giving it their all on the mat and in the classroom. Duda Plumbing, where they Duda Plumbing.
Today's wrestling report is brought to you in part by Trotter Fertilizer and Broken Bow. Success is what you want from your fields, both now and in the future. To build towards both, utilize the help of Trotter Fertilizer. Using their expertise and leading technology, they can help you analyze your fields to move them forward to stronger yields. Give Trotter Fertilizer of Broken Bow a call. They are proud to be bringing you this wrestling report on KCNI KBBN.
Friendly service every time. Quality is what you'll find where your neighbors and your friends go see Trotter.
It's 9:40, and a big thank you to Coach Schaaf for coming out and visiting with Brent about the wrestling program here at Broken Bow, doing really, really well. A bunch of good kids and some good coaching. So going to be fun to follow them all the rest of the way through.
I'll tell you what, a lot of great wrestling in the area.
Yeah.
We got a lot of area kids that are having great seasons and can't wait to go watch them all compete at state once we get into February.
That'll be here before we know it.
It will be.
Today, before we close the show, we're going to be giving away a $25 prize courtesy of Nebraska State Bank in honor of our Love Local promotion. And so they'll be doing that. We'll be doing that before we close the show today. We'll have to figure out how we're going to give that away.
Okay.
Maybe we could see how many push-ups you could do.
What?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
We could do a guess.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
no.
let's do it.
No.
So they could call in and say, I think Brent can do...
No, we're not doing that.
10 push-ups.
No way. No.
That would be so cool.
Nope, not happening. Now, if you want to do it, that's fine. We'll guess how many you can do.
Yeah, I'm having some back problems. Otherwise, I would otherwise. I could, though, even with a little...
How about Higgins or Shipe? Hey, we could have a competition. Who can do more, Gavin Higgins or Jeremy Shipe? Because they're young. You and I are way too old to be doing push-ups.
Well, not really. We probably should be doing them.
Well, okay.
But we haven't been, so it might be harmful.
Yes. I guess that's what I'm getting at.
I'm not sure how many of those guys have been doing either. But, maybe they have. I don't know what their training program is.
They're fit guys. More fit than you and I.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm fit enough to go listen to some great music and have a good time.
All right. Where are you going to go?
Henry's Bar in Callaway.
There.
This Friday. At Henry's, they're having quite a show, bringing a little bit of Nashville back to central Nebraska. Graham and Carol will be playing a solo acoustic show starting at 8 o'clock this Friday. So come early as space is limited, and you'll want to get a seat. Last time that this show took place in Callaway was in the heat of the summer around the Pioneer Picnic. The weather's cooled off a bit, but the music will be really, really hot. And he is a regular on the Nashville Strip, currently on a solo tour from the Midwest to the West Coast. And Henry has invited him back, so he'll be performing this Friday at the Callaway Henry's Bar. And get there early, get yourself a seat, and have some fun and listen to a professional music man play acoustically. That's going to be fun.
Yep. And I believe there is a $5 cover charge, so we want to make sure you're aware of that.
Okay, $5 cover charge, and, of course, all the wonderful mixtures of drinks that Henry's can put together for you, or write down if you're one of those guys that don't like anything too fancy. They even have just a good old can of beer there for you. It's all right there at Henry's in Callaway.
All right. Power Solutions has a couple of job opportunities available, looking to add a diesel service technician to their team. They are, of course, a diesel repair shop. As a technician, you will be inspecting, doing diagnostic analysis, troubleshooting, servicing, and repairing of semis, heavy-duty trucks, and other related equipment. Relocation assistance and hiring bonus will be offered. They offer competitive wages and benefits. Also looking to add a service parts manager to their team. As a service parts manager, some of the duties would be ordering parts, check on incoming parts deliveries, and prepare returns, organize parts and inventory. Again, relocation assistance and hiring bonus available. And they offer competitive wages and benefits. For more information, contact Michael at 872-5522, or you can send your resume to office.powersolution@gmail.com. And for more details, you can check out the full postings on sandhillsexpress.com.
All right. Thank you so much. Again, we want to remind you to celebrate with Norm McCaslin today during the open house that is taking place from 2 until 6 p.m. at H&R Block here in Broken Bow on the west side of the square. Norm is retiring, and he's going to slow down on punching numbers, so stop in and celebrate with Norm. He'd love to see you.
This Friday night, be at Sylvester's in Broken Bow, Whiskey Bent is taking the stage. Now, this isn't the Whiskey Bent that maybe you're familiar with. They rock now.
They're rockers.
They're rockers now. No cover charge for a night filled with rock music, 9 to 1, Friday night at Sylvester's. So rock the night away at the quiet little place that rocks. Sylvester's, East Highway 2 in Broken Bow. Come enjoy Whiskey Bent on Friday.
Yeah, I was talking to Fred this past Sunday during the benefit about that, and he's pretty excited that they'll be rocking this Friday, making that change, and And, of course, you can go in and experience what they're doing now. This is National Popcorn Day. You should know that.
I can get into that.
Yeah, so tonight when you get home, go ahead and have a big bowl of popcorn. Popcorn, of course, is wonderful by itself. You can also, mix peanuts and M&Ms and different things with it. In the early 1900s, a guy named Louis Ruckheim mixed popcorn, peanuts, and molasses and called it a Cracker Jack. And baseball got a bit more interesting once there was that particular Cracker Jack treat with the treat inside. Get the little plastic toy. This is also Good Memory Day. Take a moment today to cherish some of the good moments from the past and maybe even create a new good memory for the future. And for you music buffs out there, Elton John is getting his North American farewell tour going today. It's the beginning of the end of the Yellow Brick Road. Elton John kicking off his tour tonight in New Orleans. He announced his retirement from touring 4 years ago, but was forced to shut things down during the pandemic, so he's going to go back out and finish his tour beginning tonight in New Orleans. He'll hit Houston, Dallas, and Little Rock later this month. All right, little music. When we come back, we're going to see how many push-ups Gavin Higgins can do.
Oh, good.
Yep, that's our next feature here on The Breakfast Show. We haven't asked him if he will do that, but gosh, he's a radio guy. He should go along with the skit.
You're the owner. You can delegate.
Well, I might have to have...
just tell him you're going to do it.
Station manager Jeremy demand that of him.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Maybe Jeremy could come in.
Make Jeremy do it.
Yeah, maybe he could come in and count.
There you go.
As Gavin does his push-ups. How we're going to make that work for a giveaway, I guess we'll decide.
Yeah.
We can make it work. It is 9:51, and we have Gavin Higgins in the studio and station manager Jeremy Shipe. Jeremy, first of all, I just wanted to ask you if you would count for Gavin when he's doing his thing.
Yeah, I've waited years to be on the other side of this because you always had your PE teacher standing over the top of you. Now make sure your elbows go to a right angle all the way down. We're not doing any of those.
Yeah, how you feeling, Higgy?
No half effort here.
Yeah.
Just so we're. Am I on?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Just so we're clear, I've not done a push-up in many, many years.
Many moons.
Many years. Okay.
I hated that PE teacher thing that Jeremy was talking about because you do one and that doesn't count.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't count. Come on, that's not a push-up. That doesn't count.
Are you going to qualify then, Jeremy, whether that's a full push-up or not?
Yeah, if it doesn't count, I won't.
Oh.
I won't add a number.
Now, see, I told Higgins that we wouldn't be strict on form.
Well,
I mean, I'm not going to be like overly picky.
Okay.
But I mean, if you get to the end and you're doing the whole these tiny little breaks of the elbows.
Now we had Mr. Klein was his name. Many in the area might be familiar with Wayne Klein from Loop City, longtime teacher, activities director at Loop City. He was my history teacher in high school, PE teacher, and if you got in trouble in the hallway, he'd give you a choice. You could either do, 25 or 50? I think it was, you could either do 25 push-ups or 50 sit-ups, I think is what it was. And
push-ups for sure.
Yeah. I chose the sit-ups.
I would have gone sit-ups.
Yes.
Yep.
I chose the sit-ups. Not that I got into trouble very often in the hallway.
Oh,
but
boy.
Your body was built for push-ups, though, Brent. You could be a push-up machine.
Not now.
Well, not now, but
maybe back in the day.
Yeah.
But I was such a wimp. I couldn't even push up 99 pounds.
I don't know exactly how this came up, Gavin. I apologize in advance for this, but you're on the spot.
So do I just have to do as many as I can?
Well, yes. Before we go forward, I need to do the thank you to Nebraska State Bank.
Oh, okay.
For the Love Local promotion. Nebraska State Bank is proud to say they've been a part of this amazing community and communities of central Nebraska since 1917. Wow. It's important to support our hometown businesses. So when you walk in the doors of locally owned businesses and support them, you're supporting those who work and live right here, just like you. Talk to the helpful staff at Nebraska State Bank. They'd love to show you the banking products they offer to make life easier. Nebraska State Bank encourages you to keep shopping local. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC. Thank you, Nebraska State Bank. They're making this $25 available. I believe this will be in chamber bucks.
I believe that's right.
Yep. So $25 in chamber bucks. Now the question is, how do you want to? I want to kind of give you the choice. Do you want to see how many you can do? Do you want to do shoot for a particular set number of push-ups? What's your goal there?
Probably should just do as many as I can.
Okay.
I have no idea how many I can do.
Let's do that, and then the listener just has to listen and call us in with the number that Gavin ends up doing.
Okay.
That causes him to listen, or do you want to do it different?
I don't.
Well,
it's not that I don't care. I just have no.
He just mostly wants to watch me do
skin in the game here. I'm just here to watch.
Well, that's kind of the way Dave
counting.
and I. That's the way Dave and I operate. We always volunteer other people, and then
everyone out there's like, "Oh, look what these radio guys do for entertainment." 4 grown men sitting in a room.
Yeah.
All right.
Do some push-ups. Higgy.
You're going to see how many you can do. All right. Hold on. I think you folks out there listen carefully, and Jeremy's going to count down. We've only got 4 minutes. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Here he goes. There's 1. There's 2. That's good form. That's 3.
My gosh, he's already struggling.
That's 4. That's 5. Make sure to breathe, Higgy. 6, 7, 8.
You can
Don't
do
pass out. 9.
Jeez.
10.
Oh, you got 5 more
11,
in you at least.
12. Oh, he's going 20. 12, 13. 13's it. I mean, he gave her everything he had till the very end. You had me sold that you were going to do at least 5 more, and you just collapsed.
Yeah. I thought he was going to get to 20 at least.
Let's find out who we have on the line. Good morning. You're on the air. Who are we talking to?
This is Ruth.
Ruth, how are you?
Good.
How many push-ups did Gavin Higgins do this morning during the breakfast show?
13.
There you go.
13, that is correct. Nice job. Do you do push-ups, Ruth?
Not right now, no.
No, me neither. Me neither. If you'll hold on the line, I'd like to get your name and phone number so we can get you set up for those $25 in chamber bucks.
Okay, thank you.
All right, just hold on. We'll get right to you here. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Gavin. That's very good.
You're welcome.
Well, your
My
hands
arms are going to be jello.
Just about killed our news director this morning.
your hands are kind of sweaty and you look kind of weak.
Very weak. Very weak.
That's all right. You don't need strength to write news.
Exactly.
Just your fingers for the typing.
We're going to close the show. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Central Nebraska's news source, 95.3 KBBN Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The White House is making a new move to try to reverse the COVID surge. CBS's Peter King.
With free at-home COVID tests already available online, the Biden administration